Welcome to our print device training on the AltaLink C8045. In this video, we will teach you how to use the email application on the touch panel.
Next, we're going to go through the email application. Once you click the email application, your first option to choose from is where you're sending your scan to. You have two options available. The first is a manual entry, and the second is an Add Me function. With the first manual entry function, this will give you a keypad to type in that full email address. You do have the ability to choose, rather than sending as a to one of these options, which is a CC or BCC option. Once you've typed out the email address, this add button will light up, and you can click that to add your email address into the sender box. The second option you have is an Add Me function. What that does is adds your email address attached to your specific badge into the sender recipient box. Once you have added the email address and it shows up in the sender area, you can send using the send button up in the top right corner. This will send out your basic scan function. As you look though in the top yellow area, this shows you the different functionality that you have as far as adjusting the file type itself. The first option you have is a subject line. So if you would like to change that from saying Xerox scan to something else specifically, you can type that in using the keypad here and then clicking OK. You also have a paperclip option, which is just showing you that you can rename the file name. Rather than doing that from the computer, you can actually do it from this screen here. All you do is click on that paperclip, and then it'll give you the option to rename the file. From this page, you also have the ability to change it from a PDF to a PDFA, an XPS document, a TIFF document, a JPEG, or you can click More, which gives you the different functions as far as adding searchable PDFs, encrypting that file, or doing one file per page. Again, be sure that you are clicking the OK button to save any changes that you've put into the machine. As you scroll down, you will see that you have all of your settings in this page here. On the last machine, you may have seen tabs that ran across the top of the page. Now they've taken all of the functions that are in that application from the last machine and put them in a list in this machine's panel. So if you scroll up and down, this will show you all of the different functions that you have available to you. Starting at the very top of the page, you have your double-sided and single-sided options. Right below that, you can change the orientation of the document from portrait or landscape. And below that is your color options. Now with scanning, the document is put into a color setting from the very start rather than black and white, because you aren't charged for any type of color scanning. Below that is an original type button that you can change to tell the machine if you're doing photo and text, or just text. It also gives you a couple of different functions that you can change it to as well. Below that is your automatic background suppression. And all you have to do for this setting is slide that button over to get the little check mark. And what that does is removes any background shadow from colored paper if you are copying that, or if your original document has multiple crinkles in it or kind of some imperfections, this suppression button will try to clean that up just a little bit. Below that you have all of your image adjustment functions. So this includes contrast, lighting and darkening, sharpness, saturation, and resolution. With each button, you do have to just click on that button to slide it over to choose the correct setting that you want for it. Or with the resolution button, you'll click on that to choose from the list. 200 dpi is your default setting. However, if you want to really clear that image up, then you can click all the way up to 600 dpi. As we scroll down towards the bottom of the page, You do have an original size button for if you are scanning odd size documents such as checks, ID cards, receipts, something that's just different from the regular 8.5 by 11. And what this allows you to do is go into your preset scan area and tell the machine that you have an odd size document on the glass. You can choose from any one of these sizes to just force whatever is on the glass that's odd size to one of those specific size papers. You also have the option for a custom scan area if you have a very odd size document that's oblong or longer than just the 8.5 by 11. And you also have mixed size originals for if you're running different sizes, combinations together, such as 8.5 by 11 with an 8.5 by 14 or 8.5 by 14 with 11 by 17. And it does show you your different combinations on the screen here. Below that, you do have an edge erase function, which allows you to kind of decrease that margin on your email from that screen. And if you click on that, this will show you kind of the different options you have available. If you want to decrease that margin, you just click that arrow down and it will show you that now it's at 0. This does not mean that the machine is removing that margin completely, but it does decrease it a little bit. Below Edge Erase is a Remove Blank Pages button, and what you do for that is just slide that button over to put that check mark on the screen, and that will actually allow you to remove any blank pages from the back side of single-sided documents when you are scanning double-sided and single-sided together. So this will just clean up that file for you a little bit. Towards the very bottom of the page, they give you some email settings that you can adjust since this is an email application. You can add a from email address, a reply to email address. You can also write in a little message if, say, you just need some encouragement that day, then you can always just put in a little, hey, have a good day message to yourself. Sometimes we do that for ourselves at the office. You can also do some compressions for that file size. And we come to the build job function. Now with the build job function, this is a nice feature that you can use when you're scanning multiple different files, whether that be from the glass, through the feeder, and you don't want that to send as separate files to your computer. So what you would do is you would place your original into the document feeder, press scan, that'll scan that first document, but saves that in a list in the machine. Then you can place, say, your next set of documents on the glass, whether that be receipts or checks, and it will save that into your list. And you can continue this with multiple files until you are finally ready to submit that job as one file to your computer. This basically just cuts down on having to wait the in-between process as it's sending that scan if you have multiple things to scan at one time. And at the very bottom of your screen, you have a reset button, which just takes place of the clear all button as you had on your old machine. If you click the home button, that will take you back to the home page.
Thanks for watching. For more information on the printing devices available on the BGSU campus, please visit www.bgsu.edu/falconprint. If you have any questions, please contact ComDoc using the number on your screen.